Fans have been celebrating a triumphant end of the Vampire Diaries universe. This means there are plenty of rewatch and marathon parties to relish old favorites like Damon Salvador. The show had a long and complex story full of lethal turns, but the elder Salvador was protected by plot armor at every step of the way. Somehow, Damon managed to get away with mocking all-powerful villains and even getting caught by them. He bested originals and death itself most times, and had it not been for his plot armor, Damon would have perished quite early on in the series. 10/10 when he first met Elijah was one of the strongest characters in the Vampire Diaries, so how Damon and Stefan managed to best him in 2 minutes flat remains a mystery for fans. As they fought to take back Elena from Elijah, who was thousands of years old, Damon and Stefan, both under 200 years old, staked Elijah and brought him to his knees. This victory made no sense since Elijah had killed whole armies and members of the Strix single-handedly. Here, both Damon and Stefan were most definitely protected by their plot armor. 9/10 when Alaric killed him, but Cade brought him back. Alaric and Damon's friendship began well, but ultimately ended bitterly. The former had many resentments against Damon, so when he got the chance, he staked him at Mystic Grill, and it seemed like Damon was gone for good. However, a new variable was added into the mix, which was Cade's ability to bring back dead vampires, specifically those who were serving him, no matter how they were killed. So, Damon was revived just in time for an awkward Christmas dinner. 8/10 when the other side collapsed, a big fuss was made about how loved ones on the other side would be lost forever because of its collapse, yet Damon made it through along with Bonnie. Almost every soul, including Lexus, disappeared for a while along with the other side, but only Damon and Bonnie were transported to a prison world. It's obvious that they were given this privilege by virtue of being main characters, and had Damon been a side player, he would likely have been blown away into nothingness like the rest. 7/10 twice when he took on Cole. Damon made some of the worst decisions on TVD, including taking on an original by himself not once, but several times. When Cole was about to attack Matt and Jeremy, Damon was able to throw him off the balcony and tackle him down, which was not congruent to both their strengths. Cole was an original and had centuries on Damon, so it should not have been so easy for the latter to beat him down in seconds, especially when he could barely hold a fight against Catherine. 6/10 when he killed Tyler. Tyler's death at the hands of Damon was one of the most tragic things to happen on the Vampire Diaries, but arguably Damon should not have been able to beat Tyler at all. Tyler was a hybrid, with powers much more potent than Damon's own. All Tyler had to do was bite Damon to save himself, but somehow that never happened. Young Damon was able to subdue and kill a highly trained and disciplined hybrid due to plot armor. 5/10 when he held Klaus down for Bonnie to kill him. The Salvador brothers greatly feared Klaus for obvious reasons, but none of it was ever required. Even though Klaus was known to be ever powerful and invincible, Damon and the gang were able to hold him down as Bonnie tried to stop his heart. Klaus had taken on Marcel Gerard and his whole fleet of vampires by himself and managed to kill most. He was a formidable being, so the only explanation as to why he succumbed to Damon, Stefan and the rest is immunity by plot armor. 4/10 when Damon tried to delay the ritual. Klaus was known to kill people if they inconvenienced him in any way, and even just for fun. So, when Damon tried to stop his ritual for breaking free his wolf side, it was surprising that he didn't just get rid of the younger vampire. Damon tried to talk him out of it and also killed the witch that he intended to use with the moonstone. Still, Klaus did not harm him, presumably since Damon was too important to be killed off. 3/10 when he was at Augustine after being tortured for years, Damon was able to escape Augustine on a scant supply of blood. He should not have been able to overpower anyone with that little nutrition, But he did, and also managed to survive the fire where he left Enzo to die. He should have been killed by all means, but Damon was spared. He then got captured for a second time, which realistically should have been the end for him, but his life was also miraculously saved a second time. 2/10 when he was bitten by a wolf. When bitten by Tyler, Damon should have died. Werewolf bites were lethal, and there was no known cure for them. Conveniently enough, the moment Damon was bitten, Stefan found out that Klaus' blood was a cure for the bite. Others like Rose passed away due to werewolf bites of their own, but a cure was found within days of Damon being bitten. 1/10 when Rebecca tortured him. Another encounter with an original of which Damon got out alive, but this time it was vicious Rebecca. Damon had courted and wooed the original's sister to get information out of her, and then dumped her unceremoniously, which would not have been tolerated by her or Klaus in any circumstance. Still, Damon got away with a spell of torture by Rebecca, even though any other character who toyed with her would have been killed. She definitely got Elena killed for the same reason.
I'm the strip,